kickstart the economy. That's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah, Matteo Renzi outlined a sweeping package of tax cuts worth about 10 billion euros. Now, for workers who earn about 1,500 euros a month, that amounts to about 80 euros in extra cash in their pockets every month. That seems like good news for Italians, but many economists are skeptical that it's the right approach. Catherine Viette has the details.
It's an ambitious plan of reforms designed to jumpstart Italy's faltering economy. New Prime Minister Matteo Renzi wasted no time in laying out his agenda, announcing a 10 billion euro tax cut.
Today, this government is telling you that starting from May the 1st, the state will put 10 billion euros in the pockets of 10 million Italians, those earning less than 25,000 euros a year. Despite naysayers, it's been done and is a feasible and viable reform.
The country is struggling to emerge from its longest post-war recession. Renzi has made clear that job creation and growth, rather than austerity, will be the focus of his government. Unemployment hit a record 12.9% in January. For those under 24, the rate was much higher, 42%. For businesses, Renzi outlined tax cuts and reductions in energy costs and vowed to pay off all the debt arrears owed by the public sector to private companies. The Prime Minister said the government intends to fund the tax cuts by reducing public spending and other income, including projected savings on lower debt costs and increased VAT revenues. The Eurozone's third largest economy is in urgent need of reforms, as it struggles under a colossal debt of 2 trillion euros.
Other side of the world we're going to now. Another new leader also tackling the economy. This is Michelle Bachelet, trying to reduce inequality in Chile.
Yeah, she was sworn back into office on Tuesday, and she lost no time in trying to fulfill a campaign pledge to help struggling families. On Wednesday, she submitted a bill that would provide grants of about $80 twice a year for families who need it, for seasonal expenses, things like new school supplies and heating. She's also promised to reform the education and tax systems. Chile's new president will also have to try and stabilize economic growth. The country's economy has been losing steam after 5 years of a 5% growth rate. GDP growth expected to slump closer to 3.5% in the coming years. Let's turn our attention to the markets now. A lot of data coming out for Asian markets to digest. Some figures from Beijing that didn't quite meet analysts' expectations. The government says industrial output was up 8.6% for the months of January and February combined. Retail sales up 11%. That dragged the Nikkei down a little bit, as you can see there. The Shanghai Composite, though, held pretty steady. This on optimistic comments from the Chinese leader, who said he has a lot of confidence in the economy. Also, a quick look at Australia. The securities exchange there was up as the government said the economy had added 43,000 jobs in the month of February. That's 3 times what analysts had been expecting.
Some of the rest of the day's business headlines now. A less than fabulous day for a notorious former French trader.
Fabrice Touré, or Fabulous Fab, as he was known in his heyday, has been fined more than $825,000 by an American judge. A New York jury found him guilty last summer of misleading investors about the risk of mortgage-backed securities while he was working at Goldman Sachs before the housing bust. Penalties close to what U.S. regulators had hoped for. They'd called the case a symbol of Wall Street greed.
A French court has banned the US company Hess Oil from oil exploration at a site near Paris. It's seen as a victory for opponents of the controversial fracking method, which uses highly pressurized water and chemicals to uncover oil reserves.
And the German postal system Deutsche Post is seeing a resurgence, with profits growing to 2.9 billion euros last year. While traditional mail services around the world have been suffering, Deutsche Post said it was helped by a boom in online shopping in Germany, as well as the growth of its international courier service.
Now we're going to end the business with a new face, or perhaps a new body is a better way of putting it. This is for Danone's yogurt brand.
Yeah, that new face, of course, being Shakira. The Colombian star will be headlining ads in 55 countries around the world for Activia yogurt. It's Danone's largest ever dairy campaign, trying to boost sales of that probiotic line. Last year they were flat, around 2.5 billion euros worldwide. Unlike some previous celebrity endorsements, Shakira won't be talking specifically about the supposed digestive benefits of this yogurt, but her tagline for the ads, both in print and on air, will be "Feeling good starts from within."
Rather
looks-
than her hips don't lie. that you put there.
Exactly.
I do like that. Nicely put. Thank you very much, Kate with Business here on France 24. Now, coming up for you, we've got the Star Wars characters in today's regular urban landscape. Web News, though, beginning today with a list of the enemies of the internet.